my presentation is AI and blockchain, where we're going to develop smarter apps for future generations. So that's you guys. Okay, next slide. Okay. So, para ma-maximize you guys yung the next or yung learnings na makukuha nyo dito sa presentation na to. So, I have a few house rules, okay? So, please pagbigyan nyo na ako. Bigyan nyo na sa akin yung next 30 to 40 minutes nyo. Okay? And I'm also, so kung gusto nyo mag-take notes, please do so. So you can take pictures, yung mga pe-present ko. And also, feel free to connect to me in LinkedIn. Sino sa inyo may mga LinkedIn na? Ayan. So, pakilala lang kayo. Mention that you're from Mimaropa, or 7th Regional IT Congress, and I will definitely accept you. And if you have questions later on, feel free to message me. Kasi baka mamaya may mga questions kayo. Habang nagre-review kayo ng mga notes, no, meron pa kayong another question, so message nyo lang. Okay? So, next slide. Okay, so AI and blockchain, but why is it important? Okay, next slide. So, gusto ko lang i-explain dito na definitely the reasons why learning these two things is number one, both of these are emerging technology. Who agrees with me na AI and blockchain are emerging technology? Okay? So, ako personally, pag sinabing emerging technology, there's one word na pumapasok sa isip ko, and that is opportunity. Okay? So meaning, these two new technology could give us opportunity to solve problems that probably yung mga technology na meron tayo ngayon could not easily solve. Right? And aside from that, when it comes to opportunities, there will be more job opportunities, especially sa inyo, kasi kayo nga yung future generation. So learning these two emerging technology will give you very valuable lessons. Okay? And of course, itong dalawang bagay na to could serve as foundation. So AI, blockchain, probably in the next 5-10 years, baka hindi na yan yung emerging technology, of course, but these two could serve as foundation technology. So meaning, it will give you edge pag marunong kayo right now nung AI and blockchain for the things na yung generation nyo will be building in the next 5-10 years. And we are always talking about future. Diba? So do we wait na before we learn something, atay natin yung future na yan? Kasi di ba parang 3 decades ago, so definitely wala pa kayo dito sa mundong to, we're talking about the internet. Right? 2 decades ago, we're talking about cloud computing. Yan yung bukang bibig, 2 decades ago. And probably 3 decades ago, or a decade ago, so gano'n na ba ako katanda, we're talking about mobile, social media. So definitely doon kayo na namulat, di ba? But right now, we have these two new technologies na you can take advantage of kahit sa pag-aaral nyo. And learning these will definitely give you A+. Okay? So these are the reasons why I think important na matutunan tong two new technologies na to. Next slide. Okay, kung hindi pa enough yung reasons na yon, bakit nyo kailangan intindihin itong dalawang bagay na to? Please do look at the presentation. So although this one is, syempre, senior level course, and this is a posting from an international job page, ako strong believer ako na any one of you could definitely qualify for this. Kasi ako ay personally know sa network ko na employees or engineers, developers who are earning similar to this. Okay? Tingin nyo kaya ng students from Mimaropa rin to? Right? So this is a posting for a senior software engineer working on the back end na kailangan may skills of blockchain and AI. So they're offering how much? 186 lang naman. $1,000 per year. So tulungan ko na kayo, kinalculate ko na. So that equates to how much? Monthly in pesos. So 900,000 pesos a month lang naman. Okay? So ako, I'm challenging each and every one of you to strive and learn these new technologies kasi this will give you edge when you graduate. Okay ba yun? So feel free to take notes, feel free to take screenshots of whatever you're going to see from this presentation. Next slide. So, ito yung mga ituturo ko sa inyo guys. So number one, I'll talk about practical AI. So, I myself, I'm not really an AI expert, but I do use AI daily. Okay, so work ko, and even at life in general. So, I'll talk about apps. Probably some of you are already familiar with some of them. I'll talk about LLMs. So, sino alam ko ng meaning ng LLM? Okay, so later you'll know about LLM. Tools on ano ba yung pwede yung gamitin to further improve on those AI. We'll talk about blockchain technology, although mostly are discussed already by Sir Sean. I'll focus more on the use cases and then forward to how AI can utilize blockchain. Diba? Yun na yung marriage of these two new emerging technologies. And then ito, yung 4 and 5 are the latest trends. So, leading edge. Okay? So, sino sa inyo nakarinig na ng term na AI agents? Ayan. So, you will learn about them today. And also, yung X402 protocol. Okay? So mamaya malalaman yan. So yan lang i-discuss ko in the next 30 to 40 minutes. And then may pa-bonus pa ako, di ba? So later, abangan nyo kung ano yan. Next slide. Okay, so before we proceed sa discussion, ano tayo? Quick test. Okay? So pag alam niyo yung sagot, sigaw lang kayo, di ba? So let me check kung familiar kayo with this AI application. So ano to? Next slide. Very good. Mukhang 100% gumagamit ng ChatGPT. Next slide, please. Okay, alam na alam niya. Next. It's Google Gemini. Okay? So parang 2-3 days ago, kaka-release lang nila ng latest version nila. So if you haven't checked Gemini 3, so please have a look. Next slide. Oh, I'm impressed, ha? Next slide. Very good. Claude by Anthropic. So this one I personally use daily. Next slide. Galit, may galit from there. Next slide. So if you're using X or Twitter, so probably you're familiar with Grok. Next. So, hindi yan lahat, di ba? Ito lang yung most common apps or AI tools na ginagamit natin. And all of those are powered by what we call LLMs. Okay? So, malalaman nyo na kung ano meaning ng LLM. So, LLM stands for Large Language Models. Okay? So, right now, ginagamit siya mostly for research, customer support, even medical diagnosis. Okay? So, LLMs are mostly trained from huge amount of data. So, in the levels of petabytes. So, check nyo na lang yung conversion na petabytes to gigabytes, kung ilan. Okay? So, basically, before these models are generated, you feed them the whole internet. Yan, lahat ng pinagagagawa natin sa internet, kinuha nila yan, and they train these AIs from there. But, alam niyo ba paano siya nag-work? Di ba? Kasi sa interface, magic eh. Right? These LLMs do not really understand your question. So hindi pa ganun katalino. Wala pa tayo sa level na yun. Okay? But, magaling silang manghula. Magaling manghula kung ano yung next word that comes after your prompt. And yung relevance nun sa isa't isa. So basically, LLMs is a very complex and super autocomplete. Okay, next slide. Ayan. So, do you wonder kung saan nakasave yung data ng mga LLMs na to? Yung mga ginagamit yung ChatGPT. So, hindi sila usually sinesave sa regular database. So, familiar ba kayo with databases? Relational databases? So, oftenly, they are stored in what we call vector database. So, hindi siya two-dimensional, but rather, so may z-axis. Okay, so vector database siya. And they map the words in a three-dimension. Okay, so for example, dyan, sa nakikita niyo sa screen, may query about kitten. Sino mahilig sa pusa? It's irrelevant question yun. Okay, so may query about kitten. Makikita nyo, yung mga words na very close to the word kitten is probably cat, dog, yung wolf medyo malayo na, di ba? As opposed to yung ibang words na banana, apple. So, that's how LLMs find relevant words. Of course, this is oversimplified. Pero I hope na in a very high level, na-gets nyo how LLMs work. Okay? Kung sa right side naman, akala ko nung una, yung pagte-train ng model is just one process. But in fact, it's a very complex process. So the way they train these AIs, they require very large amounts of data. They require very large amounts of compute. So can you quickly Google how much compute power is required to train Grok? Ilang supercomputer yung kinailangan ni Elon Musk on how to train Grok? How much electricity yung nagamit nila on how to train Grok? So that's how very complex training these LLMs are. And we're very lucky na nasa era tayo na alam niyo, yung access to this knowledge, yung access to these services is right at our fingertips. Hindi mo kayo na-amaze doon? And to imagine na we are at a very early stage pa ng technology na yun. So imagine the possibilities 5 to 10 years from now. Next slide. Ito, hindi pa tayo tapos sa quiz. Who is familiar with this app interface? Wala. Next slide. So this is actually a text-to-speech created by 11 Labs. So next slide. So meron akong example dito. Or before that, yeah. So actually, sige yan. Yung text-to-speech, hindi naman siya bago, di ba? So probably you have used text-to-speech applications before, but with the help of AI, hindi na siya yung robotic sounding. Do you agree? Sino dito mahilig manood ng shorts, reels, TikTok? Yung text-to-speech ngayon, napaka-natural na niya. Sino dito nakarinig ng phone call na akala nyo tao pero AI pala? Sino dito? May mga ano ba dito? May subscription sa mga postpaid services na yung tumatawag na akala nyo tao, AI agent pala. So, ganun ka-natural. Kasi even yung accent, even yung intonation, pacing, emotion, nalagay na nila into this text-to-speech technology. Kasi nga, they have trained large amount of data coming from speeches, probably from movies, from videos itself na ina-upload natin. So, they've trained AI to use that. Next slide. Yan, so meron lang ako dito quick example. So if you haven't checked this technology, so very useful siya. Probably you are a content creator na who would, yeah, so pa-play na lang ako nung nasa upper right. Yan, so you can choose kung anong gusto yung accent dito. Yan, can we play yung ano? Upper right.
Naka-hyperlink ba yan?
Yan, so balikan na lang natin siya later. Next slide. Ito. Sino dito yung mga nag-explore mag-code? Programming. May mga nagpo-program ba dito? Yan. So who is familiar with this? So actually take note of this next slides kasi pwede nyo siyang magamit. So next slide. This is an application called Cursor. Okay, next slide. Take note ganyan, Cursor. How about this one? Yan, mukhang may narinig ako doon. V0. Next slide. V0 by Vercel. Okay, very good. Next slide. How about this one? Ito ba? Talagang dito ko narinig yung ano. Next slide. Lovable. Okay. Alright. Next slide. Ito feeling ko hindi nyo alam to. Bibigyan ko kayo ng sombrero pag nakuha nyo to. 3, 2, 1. Next slide. So, this has been launched by Google 2 days ago. 2 days ago lang. Ang cute ng pangalan, di ba? Anti-gravity. Okay? So, this is their parang competitor against Cursor. And this is powered by Gemini 3. Next slide. So, as someone who codes, as someone who develops software, so this is something na very close to me, yung mga AI-powered development tools. Okay, so for those of you na gusto maging programmer o software developer, and even if not, so actually mas dumadami na nga ngayon na yung mga hindi software programmer na gumagawa ng sarili nilang applications. So they utilize this kasi nagpo-prompt lang sila and these tools could actually build the applications for them. Okay? So from as simple as suggesting code, generating UI components, and even running and testing the code, meron na. Next slide. Ito. Meron ba ditong familiar? NA10? Next slide. Tama ba? NA10. Very good. Sino dito yung gumagawa ng content? Content creators. Mga faceless videos and all. Next slide. So probably you might want to look at this AI-powered tool. Kasi parang ito na yung ano, this what makes AI more usable, di ba? So aside from, kasi yung LLMs more on text response lang, but this tool could automate things for you based on the results ng AI. Okay? So if you look carefully dun sa right side, so example to ng how you can generate automatically mga content and publish it automatically to TikTok. So yung step 1 yan is more on building ideas. So you can actually use AI to generate ideas, and then later on you can use Veo, diba? AI-powered video generation tool din siya to actually generate those videos for you. Save it to a spreadsheet and then upload it maybe on a schedule. So yung whole end-to-end na yun, you can do that using this tool called N8N. Okay, next slide. Okay, so ito last. Sinigit ko lang to, but who's familiar with this? Google. So next slide. So this is actually called Open Router. So kanina, di ba, nilist down natin yung mga common LLMs. Like we have GPT, we have Claude, we have Gemini. So yung tool na ito, you can actually use this to have access to 500 plus LLMs. Okay, so if you have a need to access those, maybe you want to compare output, maybe you want to specialize, or you have specialized queries. So definitely this is something na pwede nyo tignan. So either you access the LLMs via their application, yung web app nila, or programmatically pwede rin. So you can mix and match, parang Jollibee lang, you can mix and match LLMs via Open Router. So 2 months ago, they only have 200 plus models. So, ganun kabilis nag-accelerate yung training ng mga LLMs. Imagine the future, probably a year from now, sa 8th Regional IT Congress. Let's review kung ilang models na meron tayo dito. Okay, next. Alright, so, yun yung mga practical AI tools na I think very useful, especially for you guys. So, feel free to check them later on. Baka makatulong siya sa studies nyo. But now, let's kind of review ano ba yung blockchain as discussed by Sir Sean. So for me personally, I'm looking at blockchain as a platform. So it's a computer network. So sino sa inyo familiar with computer shop? So imagine, meron tayong malaking computer shop sa buong mundo made up of hundreds of thousands of computers. So that's your blockchain. Okay? So happened lang na we can utilize the network of computer to store transactions. Okay? So either that, or so we can store data to it, or we can access the compute or even GPU power ng network na yun. So that's also a possibility ngayon. Next. But I want to focus more on ano sa tingin ko yung best use ng blockchain. So, sinamarize ko lang siya into 3. So, of course, ito, proven and tested na to, is been used by global banks already. So, we have finance and payments. Okay? So, we call it decentralized finance. Dahil nga, trustless yung blockchain. So, kanina tinatanong, walang central authority yung blockchain. Ang sagot ko doon, yung pinaka-central authority mo dito is yung code running the blockchain. So yun na yun. Siya nag-govern ng blockchain. It's actually code. Next is provenance. So through the blockchain, we can prove that something is authentic. So that's why we can certify things na legit because of blockchain. And combining the two, yung pagiging trustless and verifiable niya could give us tokenization. Kasi we can convert physical things, make it digital, but on a trustless manner. Okay? So kasi right now, pwede mo namang gawing digital yung mga bagay-bagay. But you need to trust a central authority. But with blockchain, you don't need that. Okay? So next. Ayan. So, paano naman natin potentially pagsasamahin yung dalawa? So, how can AI utilize blockchain? Okay, next. Yan. So, remember kanina, di ba, we have LLMs. Still remember about LLMs? You still remember na kailangan natin ng big amount of data on how to train those LLMs? Now, imagine a scenario where our data is already in the blockchain. And that data, sabi nga ni Sir Sean, is owned by you. So meaning, if these AI companies would like to use your data stored in the blockchain, pwede nila kayong bayaran for that. So, we can actually have a so-called data marketplace para sa scenario na yun. So, AI companies will purchase this data stored in the blockchain owned by you. So, sino makikinabang doon? Of course, yung owner ng data. Right? So, I don't think that this is currently being built. So, probably, you guys could start building this one. Next. Model training. Ayan. So, remember kanina, di ba sinabi ko na training LLMs is a very complex process. Pero do we know what happens during that training? Hindi, di ba? Do they publish? Probably some. Pero, hindi nila ginagawa yon. So, who knows kung sino or kung ano yung mga laman ng training data na yon? We don't actually know. Diba? Malay nyo, meron silang ini-inject doon na certain biases. Diba? May tinanong doon, sino ang pinakamagaling na school sa Mimaropa? Yung nag-train ng data, parang mas pinupush the bias towards a specific school. So, example lang yun. Diba? So, with blockchain, if they proceed to utilize, or I mean, if AI proceed to utilize blockchain as a means of audit, so pwede, makita na natin kung what type of data is being injected, kailan nangyari yung training, ba, who does the training, and all of the things na ginamit nila or ginawa nila during training of these LLMs. So that's another potential use of blockchain technology to support AI para mas maging trustless yung AI. Kasi basically, when we use ChatGPT, when we use Gemini, Grok, di ba parang pinagkakatiwalaan na lang natin by default yung mga companies na yun? Tama hindi? Di ba? So with blockchain, since verifiable siya, trustless siya, so we can definitely combine these two to do these things. Next. Ayan. So kanina sinabi ko din na in order for us to train these AI models, we need huge amount of data, huge amount of compute. Right? A lot of computers, basically. So, na-mention ko rin kanina na with blockchain, imagine a computer network na participated by hundreds of thousands of nodes. So what if we can access that compute power across the globe to train data models, AI models? So that's also a possibility. So aside from blockchain being used to store data, meron ding blockchains that provides compute. So basically, applications nyo could run on the blockchain, even GPU. Familiar ba kayo with GPU? Graphics Processing Unit? So there are blockchains that provides GPU capability that AI companies could use to train their AI models. Next. Ayan. So AI decision transparency. So I think na-mention ko rin kanina na AI are being used to diagnose, di ba? Yung mga certain AI that's being used to diagnose yung mga sakit. Sometimes they are used to approve loans and to decide on who to hire. Now, these people involved, especially in sensitive areas, di ba? They want to know, di ba? Hindi lang basta-basta kasi sasabihin niya na ito yung napiling candidate for hiring. Siyempre, as a participant nung data na yun, you want to know why. So sometimes, kailangan nating i-verify yung data na yun. And blockchain could definitely help bringing that availability of data dun sa gusto mag-verify. Next. Okay, so provenance. Sa panahon ngayon na sobrang dali gumawa ng AI-generated content. Diba? So, we can definitely use blockchain to prove kung ano yung authentic and kung ano hindi. Next slide. Yes. In summary, so AI and blockchain, so we have data marketplace, model training audit, training, decision transparency, and finally, provenance. So next slide. Yan, AI agents. Next. So si AI agents, in a nutshell, is an LLM na pwede niyong utusan. Kapag LLM may respond lang. So anong next? So yun yung kayang gawin ng AI agent. Next. So probably, napunta na kayo sa marketplace wherein aside from an AI giving a response, pwede nyo na rin utusan. Like, shop for me or check this out for me. Research for me and then buy this. So pwede na yun ngayon. Next slide. Ayan, so here's an example. So this AI agent could do the research for you and then later on check out yung mga items na pinapahanap mo sa kanya. So this is Amazon Rufus. So check nyo na. Next. Sa coding naman ito, so share ko na yung isa sa mga sikreto ko. I've been participating hackathon solo kasi nga meron ng sub-agents. So meaning you can build a team of developers from AI agents. So you can assign one a front-end, one a back-end, one a project manager, one a tester. And these are all AI agents. So bibigyan nyo sila ng role, anong gagawin nila, they can exchange output, and mag-aantay ka na lang. Next. Yan. X402. Yan guys. So this is very new technology. So probably 2-3 months old pa lang. So this is actually a blockchain technology originated from Coinbase. So this enables yung AI agents nyo to do purchases. Next. So again, this is a good example of combining AI agents and blockchain. Next. Ayan, so please refer to this. Ayan, so gamitin yung reference to. This is a good reference. x402.org. Next. Okay. Next. Ayan, so from before, humans do the shopping. Pero right now, di ba may AI agent na tayo? So right now, AI agents could do the shopping for us. Pero ang bottleneck right now, they don't know how to pay. And most ng mga APIs and services natin ngayon, currently, will involve you to create account, create API keys. So, yung mga yon in-eliminate na X402. Next. Yan. So, ito yung mga bagay na currently in-access ng AI ngayon. So, whether they want another LLM, they want to store data, they want to generate content, these are the things na kayang gawin ng AI. And with X402, they can definitely do it on their own. So, hindi nyo na kailangan i-provide yung mga bagay sa kanila para gawin itong mga ito. Hindi nyo na kailangan magbayad for them. Sila na mismo yung gagawa. Next. Okay, next. So, in a nutshell, yung AI agents nyo could definitely do access these other services na currently paywall. So, may bayad, but via 402, kaya na nilang bayaran yun on their own. Okay, next. Okay, so, 10 minutes. Ito yung mga what we're currently building at Sovran. So at Sovran, we do use AI and blockchain together. So next, we have AI influencers. So mix yung feedback dito, di ba? Yung iba ayaw ng AI influencers, iba gusto. So next, so we are building yan, mga AI influencers. So please follow them at their Instagram accounts. So mas marami pang followers yung mga yan. Tunay na nagtatrabaho sa Sovran. So we have Dina, we have Juno, and Hanea. Yeah, so next. So we also have a virtual one. So this is something na you can use to make games. Okay, so next gen RNG games. So meaning we have verifiable randomness. We can build this to create virtual characters. So right now we're working on yan, yung mga sports, mixed martial arts, running, at saka more in the future. So next.
Lala.
Can we play this?
Lala. Burger pa?
Okay, I'll share na lang to you later this one. Next. Ayan, nag-play. Ayan. So this is actually generated by the Virtual One technology. So kahit nagpe-play sila dyan sa loob ng game na yan, all their actions are actually AI generated. Explain ko na. So, sasapakan sila dyan, sisipakan sila. So, if you notice, yung isang character dyan is si Lina, which is one of our AI influencers. So, walang player involved dyan, walang human player involved. Lahat ng ginagawa nila are AI generated. Alright, so palakpakan niyo si Lina. Siya na nanalo. Again, next. Oh. So yun yung yun yung challenges. Walang internet. So siguro we can stop there. Check nyo na lang, nasa YouTube naman yan. So, gusto ko lang i-demonstrate yung technology ng Virtual One na all of these are AI generated. So, next slide, please. Next slide. Ayan, so as I mentioned, si Virtual One is capable of AI-based character generation. So, it's making use of Unreal Engine then and AI-based outcomes through GPT-4o. Next. And so we are also developing a prediction markets based on the other technologies na I mentioned before. So on top of Virtual One and yung mga AI influencers namin, so di ba meron tayong outcomes ng games? So you can bet on the outcomes. So next. So yun yung prediction markets na what we call it. Next. So aside from, syempre meron kami ngayon for MMA, magkakaroon sa running and so on. So all games na supported ng Virtual One. But we also have meme markets. So if you like memes, so you can definitely vote on outcomes and win prizes kung tama yung prediction nyo. Next. Yeah, so behind the scenes, so this is all powered by AI and blockchain. So yan, we have VRF, product markets, yung mga fungible tokens. Next. Yeah, so next. Alright, so hopefully, meron kayo napulot sa any of these 5. Okay ba? May bago ba kayo natutunan? And thank you guys for having me. Susunod ulit and let's proceed to Q&A.